Victor Dubuisson fired a second-round 70 to get to 6 under and lead the way at the Nedbank Golf Challenge hosted by Gary Player. Here, we take a look at what some of the chasing pack had to say after day 2. Darren Fitchard 69, for last year I was first reserve as well and I didn't get in. I got the call on Wednesday night that I was first reserve and Matthew Southgate pulled out and Lee Slattery was in. So I decided to stroll down here in the morning, not too concerned. I thought I was going to get here around 8:50 and about 12 kilometers out I phoned Guy at the tour secretary and I said, "What's the chances?" She said, "Just hang on quickly." Started talking and she said, "Wait a second. I've just heard Anthony Wall has pulled out." I said, "Oh, that's fantastic." She said, "There's one thing, teeing off at 9:00, so where are you?" "At the clubhouse on the range." I said, "I'm actually 12 kilometers out so I'm going to be coming in pretty hot." I was quite flabbergasted the first 9 yesterday and quite drained the second 9. I still can't believe I'm playing. My wife always said analysis leads to paralysis, so I had no time to think about this tournament. I'm fortunate that I'm really hitting my driver well, so I'm getting myself into position on every hole and then I'm putting pretty well. If I do make a mistake, I manage to U-pan down. So that is quite fortunate and is probably why I'm on the score I am right now. Lee Westwood 70, for other than 4 3-putts, I played very well. I hit it close a lot. Missed a couple of times from inside 5 feet as well as the 4 3-putts. That showed the quality of the long game because I think that's probably one of the toughest days I've ever experienced on this course. Tee-to green with the wind. It was as strong as I've ever seen around here and not only was it picking up and dropping, quite gusty, it was changing directions as well. Experience is everything around this golf course. There's some pins that you just can't go at and you have to play away form. When you miss them, you realize you've made a mistake with your course management. I've been coming here since 1998 and played it a lot and been successful around it. The harder the conditions, the better it will be for me over the course of the week. Ross Fisher 71, 3A couple over after 3 holes, struggling a little bit but managed to find some form towards the end of the back 9. Hit some good shots in there. Just needed to be patient that the putts were going to drop and then made a few birdies on 8, 9 and 10 and hit a lovely pitch into the par 5. Decided to lay up there and pitch into about 3 feet. Unfortunately played the next hole pretty poorly and managed to salvage a good bogey from about 6 feet there. Played the last 3 holes pretty solidly. To walk away with 1 under par in the conditions we had today, I'm pretty pleased with that. I have to say, that's probably one of the toughest rounds around this place I've played since I've played here. Tyrell Hatton 73, I think it's difficult every day here. Obviously it's quite windy today and that's always a challenge here because the wind goes all over the place. So it's quite hard to get the club right and obviously with that, getting the distance right, it was a tough start. 2 over through 8 and nice eagle on 9. Couple of birdies on 10, 11 and just parred in. Overall, very happy with today's score. This week is going to be the biggest challenge for me. I sort of struggled here last year, and I think mentally you have to be quite strong around here. Obviously I do struggle with that sometimes, but if I can get through that this week, I'm pretty confident of having a good week next week. Alex Noren 72, 3 It was a long day, waiting for the thunder and then finally get out there and the wind stopped and it was a little bit easier without that wind. I haven't made that many birdies but kept the bogeys out of the cart for most of the time and 2 eagles help out very much. It's just difficult because it swirls a little bit and then a lot of angles and you don't see the other holes. Usually when you see the holes, you can know exactly what direction you are playing. But here, it's tree-lined and you can't see the other holes. Anything can happen. If it's as windy as it was today, anybody can win. But it's nice to be 3 under I think after today. Scott Jameson 73, 3 I just bogeyed the last. It was really difficult. I had a few 3-putts on the front 9 which was disappointing. So I was out in 1 over when it definitely could have been a couple better. Everything was difficult, especially putting. You get blown about in the gusts. It was solid on the back 9. In a strong position going into the weekend, so hopefully more of the same.